This is Tecker 911, episode 64, remote access.
I'm Michael Plasmeier,
And I'm Jordan Berman.
and today we're going to be talking about remote access software.
So let's say you leave a file at home on your computer and you have no way to get to it. Well, remote access software can help you with that because you can either remotely transfer it with certain programs or you can use that remote software to email it to yourself.
With some remote access software, you can actually open that file up on the computer, on that remote computer, and then you can be editing it, or you can be seeing exactly what that remote computer's screen is and be editing it directly on that remote computer if, say, you didn't have the program to edit that file installed on the computer you're sitting at. Let's get terms out of the way first. We're going to use client computer as the computer that you're sitting at in front of right now, and the server computer being the computer you're trying to remote access.
You can also use it for such things as doing work from home. So you can use your client computer at home to access the server computer at work.
Right, and make sure you check with the people that run your network at work, because they may not like it if you have some sort of remote access session going without their knowledge. Some companies actually set it up for employees, so you have to make sure it's work sanctioned. All right, so let's talk about the software that you can use to accomplish this task.
Windows comes with a built-in software called Remote Desktop Connection. Basically, you just need the IP address of the computer.
Right. The way remote desktop works, it's complicated how remote desktop works. If you search Google for ways of setting up remote desktop, you can find out how it works. But you have to, if you're behind a firewall, it gets really complicated. So if you want to, find out how remote desktop works, you're fine to go ahead and do that. But we're gonna recommend commercial software.
Yeah, if you do want to use this though, there are instructions on Microsoft's website.
Right. We're going to recommend some commercial software that you pay for, but the experience is much better than remote desktop.
For things like Mac, there's also Back to Your Mac, which comes with Mobile Me.
Right. So Back to My Mac is sort of like how remote desktop works on Windows, except much better. And if you have Mobile Me subscription, Back to My Mac is included, and that works pretty well. You probably won't need a commercial software, but Mobile Me is $100 a year, and if you're not using any of its other software, there are cheaper options than just if all you're using it for is Back to My Mac.
There's two main third-party software. There's logmein.com as well as GoToMyPC.com.
Right, those are the two main competitors in this field.
LogMeIn has a free as well as a pro. With the pro, you can actually drag and drop files from the computer at home to your client computer, but that does cost extra money as opposed to with the free, you can just email it to yourself.
Right. What about GoToMyPC? Do they have a free version?
GoToMyPC does have a trial, but I believe it's for about 30 days, and after that, you have to pay for it.
Okay, so maybe you want to look into those look into those two a little more, see which one has what you need. But we're going to show you with logmein.com, the free version of LogMeIn.
So to get in LogMeIn, first you have to actually log in.
Right, set up an account on there, and you have to download the software onto the server computer before you want to remote access it. So you have to do a little planning before doing this. You can't just go out of the blue and connect to a computer. You have to have installed the LogMeIn software on that particular computer, and that both computers, both the client and the server, have to be on, of course, and they have to be connected to the internet.
Also, there's an add-on that's needed for the web browser to use LogMeIn.
Right, so you're going to have to install software not only on the server, but you're going to have to install like a Firefox plugin for LogMeIn or a Java applet. So somehow you're going to have software running on both computers.
It doesn't really take longer than like 2 minutes to actually install it, though.
Right.
So we're about to connect to Michael Devon's computer. So basically, you'll be prompted with the list of computers on your account. And so we've selected to use MacBook Pro on Mike's account.
Right.
And it'll prompt you with the username and password, and you type that in, and it'll bring you to the screen. And to access the computer, you can go to remote control.
Right, so to get to this point, we logged into LogMeIn with the LogMeIn username and password, and then we also had to provide the Mac's username and password. And also, just to note, this works best on quick internet connection, so you definitely won't be doing this on dial-up or anything slow. Definitely have broadband, which is DSL or cable, on both ends.
There is a speed to graphics quality ratio that you can adjust. There's high speed, which would be basically black and white for the graphics, as well as great quality graphics. But it takes very long to get those good quality graphics, so it's actually very laggy.
Right, you'll have to balance sort of speed versus graphics quality, and I think it probably finds something for you automatically. Like, we have it, this is actually it working, and you see here the picture doesn't look as good, but at least it's workable.
So this is Mike Devon's computer. We connected to the remote control button, and as you can see, the graphics aren't as good as they could be, but I'm pretty sure that I'm willing to sacrifice my graphics quality for the speed that I'm getting right now, as well as the access that I'm getting.
Right, so just for fun, we have Photo Booth open, which is Apple's sort of webcam activity, and you can see the video quality. The video is moving pretty fast, and but the picture quality is not all that good. So you're probably not gonna, that's sort of like a fun thing that we're gonna show, but let's say you have this application that you wanna use. This is just TextEdit, which is just the basic Apple text editor.
You can go full screen, you just have to click the full screen option.
Right, there we go, that's more readable than it was. So I'm just gonna try, to demonstrate typing a sentence. And you see that's almost pretty much live, that typing speed that it did. So, if you were in an application.
It really depends on the quality, what the activity on how slow and the quality of the graphics. Because it uses so many colors to show the picture of Michael that it slowed down. But for the text, since it's just black and white, it did not require as much memory.
Right, and now that we're accessing this computer, I could, if there was a file on here, I could email it to a web email account that I could then access later if I wanted to get a file off. So basically, I have pretty much full control of this particular computer, and I guess we already talked about the scenarios which this would be helpful. And what we're showing here is the free version, so you can give it a try at logmein.com, and if it's useful to you, that's great. I'm Michael Plasmeier.
I'm Jordan Berman.
Enjoy accessing your computer remotely. To watch this episode again, or to watch any of our prior episodes, you can visit our website, 911.tecker.net, T-E-C-K-E-R. And on the website, we have our prior episodes, as well as you can view them directly on the website, or you can download them in WMV for Windows, iPod or QuickTime format for your iPod, or if you have iTunes installed, an MP3 audio-only version of the show, and a WMV HD version of the show, which you can download via BitTorrent that looks really, really clear and in pristine HD quality. And instructions for downloading via BitTorrent are also on the site. On the right-hand side, we have more information about us and about each of the members of the show, as well as quick links to all of our prior episodes and links to the RSS feeds for each of the formats that we release the show in, and links to subscribe to the show in iTunes if you have an iPod, an Apple TV, an iPhone, any Apple device. You can click on that link in either video or audio format. You can also, in iTunes, search for Tecker, T-E-C-K-E-R, in the iTunes store, and then you can find our podcast that you can subscribe to free. Also, if you do not have an iPod, if you have like a generic MP3 player, then you can use you can still listen to our show if on our website you subscribe to this MP3 audio version in a feed catcher, in a podcatcher like Juice. You can search for Juice on Google, download that program, and then it'll load the shows automatically onto your generic MP3 playing device. If you have any questions about the show or about technology, you can send us an email at 911@tecker.net, or you can leave us a voicemail at 610-572-2847. Thank you so much for watching Tecker 911.